intros and nothing. No intros. Forget the intros. All right. 27 years. Wow. 27 years. Almost 32 years with legitimacy to actually win the title. 27 years from going to the finals. The New York Knicks is back in the finals. Swept the Cavs. You already know my disappointment and everything. I had the Cavs in seven because I thought it was going to be a back and forth effort. But nah, the Knicks is just on a different level. All right, they're just making shots, exploiting defenses, and their wings are playing at the level above what they normally do, and less outputs from Jalen Brunson. And that's a recipe for success. They swept the Cavs, swept them, right? And they smashed them. The Knicks smashed the Cavs. It's over. It's over. The Knicks, the fans is going crazy. My phone just, I had to put it on silent because of everything that was going on. I watched the game. I said, listen, this is crazy. Put on phone, and then I get that all these notifications from different social media platforms of fans going crazy. They had the thing with the watch party and everything else like that. This is nuts, and the vibes with the Knicks is something really different than anything. Um, yeah, 32 years. Because even in '99, it was a little different because they was just their backs was against the wall. AFC, um, they started out terrible, and because it was '99, it's a lockout season. 50 games, guys came out of shape. Um, it was just a rush job by David Stern, getting guys out there, and it was just not a good product at all. And the Knicks beat, let's say beat teams that probably was better than them, and they exceeded expectations. Defeating Miami, sweeping the Hawks, beating the Pacers um, in six, and and Patrick Ewing going down in the second in the second game of the Pacers series, and you got Camby, Charlie Ward, obviously Sprewell in Houston, um, doing the bulk of the offense, and Larry Johnson chipping in a very vibrant piece. So going for that, that was the last time. The '94, just a different story. It was just great vibes and everything else. I kind of say that there's some sidetracks with a lot of other things that the reason why they didn't win. But this team, Brunson, Captain Clutch, and these guys, it's different. I feel, to me, I feel the Knicks is going to win a championship. And I think this is something, destiny, and something that the city will need. And if they do win, I told people the parade will be the biggest you've ever seen because of the connection. And this is it's special. It's special. Jalen Brunson did win Eastern Conference MVP, the Bob Cousy Award. I think is it Bob Cousy? No, the Larry Bird. I think the Larry Bird Award. He won that deservingly so. But they're let me talk about the Cavs, all right? Because Donovan Mitchell at 31, there was a viral blow up with the Cavs. They quitting and everything else like that. Kenny Atkinson saying analytically, we won 2 games or guy. Luckily, you kept your job. And Harden 12.2 for 8. You already know that it's going to be a tag with his career. Evan Mobley 15, and at times we thought that giving the ball to Mobley was going to help, but obviously I don't think he's still young, but I think for Donovan Mitchell, he needs another guy in there, and that Giannis thing was crazy to hear. And they put it out at the right time to let the Cavs know what they could have done. You could have had Giannis and worked whatever you need to work with, getting another ball handler in there. You could have had Giannis, Darius Garland, and you guys would have, and health, you guys would have probably been in the finals right now if you had Giannis, to be honest, with Spider Mitchell and Darius Garland, and you probably won't have Allen, but it would have worked. It would have worked. So that being said, the Cavs need to really do some soul searching. Meaning you have to maximize what you invested in Donovan Mitchell, even at the expense of giving the young talent Evan Mobley. You got to. You got to. You have no choice. Because if you don't, you already know what's going to happen. Next season is going to come. Teams will be better in the East. And you're going to be the first round, possibly second round and out team. You cannot compete with what you just had out there. There has to be a huge move that comes out of it. And possibly you got to get rid of James Harden for anything you can get him for. You need that James Harden thing out. Even though it was splashed and sprinkled and looked nice at the break. And I was one of them too. Said, look, they could probably go to conference finals, which they did. But that kind of guy there is bringing a lot of probably bad juju, right? The way he plays and things like that. So there has to be something done in the off season. And you probably can revisit the Giannis move. But this is NBA Onetake's Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.